Hi, I'm here with Mike Nicotera of Carl's Furniture. Mike, how was pre-market today?
Well, there was a lot of interesting things out there. I think people are trying to put value back into the equation in terms of the assortment. I think on the manufacturing side, they're looking at the reductions in freight, perhaps more than manufacturing, to put some aggressive price points out for fall and try and get the business stimulated again. And I think that's exciting, Ray, quite frankly, because that's what everybody needs is newness and something new and something at a hot price. So that's why I think everybody's rising to the occasion for a change.
Good. Now we're hearing more and more when I talk to retailers that when the retailer does come out of the home and into the store, the close ratios are pretty strong. Are you finding that?
Yes. Our biggest encouragement is in-home selling, what we're calling a decorator, not a designer business. And yes, when you get into the customer's home, even if you don't make the sale immediately, it becomes a long-term client, not a customer, and you're able to sell a bigger ticket ultimately to the customer.
Which has really got to be helpful. And they say we're hearing also a lot about the recession kind of creating a new breed of frugal consumer. But by doing this in home, you're able to basically step her up.
Well, I think it's two-step. Number one, yeah, there's a more frugal consumer, but it's also the result of the customers buying less on the ticket. Not necessarily cheaper furniture, but they're not willing to step out perhaps and do the entire home. They're doing one room at a time. So when a designer or a decorator gets into the home and is able to map out the customer's game plan, let's say, on redecorating for the next 2 years, they're able to have a continuous flow of business come in from the customer.
Interesting. What a couple of retailers have told me is any furniture that supports or surrounds the TV is hot and high on consumers' mind right now. You finding that also where you are?
A little bit, but what I'm seeing is a lot of life in the upholstered business, particularly in the sectional business, and I think it's going to translate in the home entertainment business in fall. And what I've looked at is the saturation of flat screen television in the home. I believe the end of last year was around 28%, and they're anticipating over 38% with price decreases this year in the third and fourth quarter. And I think we're going to see a boom like in motion upholstery, sectionals, home entertainment related product in terms of flat screen TV stands and that kind of thing, or wall units, so to speak.
Excellent. Yep. I know you've got designers going into the customer's home. Are you guys doing anything special to get the consumer to come into the store?
We're continuing to have like club plans, special events in the store, working a lot more on the internet than we had in the past in terms of communicating with the customer. And the whole thing is that there's a real change in the way you communicate to the customer, where before you could use the newspaper, and you simply can't do that anymore. You have to use a combination. There's no media of choice anymore to the customer, so it's a combination of both direct mail, just cold calling the customers, internet, cable television is a big factor, regular television, radio, and newspaper. So you have to be real careful in your media choice, how you're doing it. You have to really spread yourself out in the market.
Good deal.
Okay.
Mike, always thanks for your
time. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you, man. Thanks.